The day I lost the person I loved most in this world, I learned that a word like moving on doesn't really exist. People say time heals everything. That's a lie. Time only teaches you how to live alongside the pain. Sighs. If you're standing at a place right now where it feels like you've lost everything, your husband, your support, even your own identity, this video is for you. I'm going to share the 5 things I had to let go of just so I could breathe again. Stay until the end, because the last one is probably what you need to hear the most. Pause. When I got married, I thought life was a straight line. One home, 2 people, walking together into old age. No one tells you that this line can break at any moment, and when it breaks, you don't just lose your partner, you lose your identity, your future, your entire daily life along with them. My story is no different. One morning, everything was normal, and the next morning, everything had changed. I realized grief isn't just crying. Grief means letting go of the things you were holding on to just so you could stay alive. Today, I want to share with you the 5 things I had to release. It wasn't easy, but with every single one, I got a little more room to breathe again. Exhales. The first thing I had to let go of was the plan we had built together. We had dreamed it all. Our kids' weddings, the house we'd retire into, the trip we always talked about taking. Every night, every conversation, that plan lived inside our words. When he was gone, it wasn't just him I lost. That entire future we had imagined together disappeared too. For months, I held on to that plan so tightly, as if letting go of it meant letting go of him. But one day I understood, letting go of the plan doesn't mean forgetting him. It means accepting that life will now walk a different path, one I never imagined alone, but one I now have to walk alone. This was the hardest step of all, but it was necessary. Sighs. The second thing I had to release was guilt. Guilt over why I didn't talk to him more on that last day. Guilt over thinking maybe I could have done something differently. Guilt over the strange looks people gave me the moment they saw me smile again, as if smiling meant I was forgetting him. Guilt creeps into grief so quietly. It convinces you that staying in pain is proof of love. But that's not true. Love doesn't mean punishing yourself. I learned that if I allow myself joy, it doesn't mean I've forgotten him. It means his love is still giving me the strength to live. Letting go of guilt means forgiving yourself, and that is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Exhales. The third thing, I had to take off the mask of the strong woman. Everyone kept saying, "You're so strong." And every day I kept playing that role, smiling on the outside, breaking apart on the inside. Then one day I asked myself, who am I wearing this mask for? For my children? For other people? Or just because crying feels like weakness? The truth is, crying isn't weakness. Crying is the way pain finds its way out. When I finally let myself cry, that's when I truly became strong. You don't have to look fine all the time. You can be grieving and strong at the same time. Both can exist together. Sighs. The fourth thing I had to let go of, asking permission from myself or from anyone to feel happy. There was a time I would stop myself even mid-laugh, as if some voice inside me was asking, "Do you even have the right to be happy?" This is a hidden chain that many widows put on themselves. We think happiness feels like a betrayal of love, but one day I understood my happiness is not a betrayal to him, it's a gift. If he could see me now, he would want exactly this, for me to truly live, not just survive. Letting go of the need for permission to be happy, that was the most freeing decision I ever made. Exhales. And the last thing, maybe the deepest one. I let go of the hope that one day everything would go back to how it was. For months I waited for the pain to fade so my old life would return. But the truth is that life never comes back. Never. When I accepted this, the pain didn't disappear, but my perspective changed. I stopped trying to get the old life back and instead started building a new one that holds his memory and also holds my new identity. This was the hardest thing to let go of, but it's exactly what set me free. If you're standing at a point in your life right now where it feels like everything has stopped, remember, letting go is not losing. Letting go creates the space where new wounds can heal, where new peace can enter. You can keep your husband's love in your heart and still live your life fully. Both can exist at the same time. He will always be with you, sometimes as a memory, sometimes as strength, sometimes as a smile that suddenly appears on your face out of nowhere. Give yourself time, forgive yourself, and most importantly, give yourself permission to live again. If this video touched your heart, write in the comments, what did you have to let go of to move forward in your life? Like this video, share it with someone who needs this courage today, and subscribe to the channel because we'll keep bringing more stories like this straight from the heart.